Hey everybody, I'm Stuart with Orange Students in XP3, and I wanted to take just a moment to remind you of just how important you are to the next generation. Your presence as a leader to a student is a gift. In a world where it feels like Amazon has replaced the mall, Netflix has replaced the theater, and Zoom has replaced face-to-face interaction, to actually physically really be somewhere seems rare these days. To be fully engaged, fully present, a safe place, with no strings attached, with whomever we are with. There is something significant about being exactly where your feet are, to be here. And for the next generation, being here means some really important things. Consider the formative things that happen in middle school or high school, starting a new grade or a new school, navigating relationships with friends, crushes, silly feuds, teachers, coaches, and parents, wrestling with questions about faith, whether big or small, making the team, not making the team, dealing with an injury, parents fighting or divorcing, the loss of someone important, or a pet. This year, we want to challenge you to be here for all of it. Imagine what can happen if you and other caring adults in your faith community who love and lead teenagers made a deliberate, conscious, and brave choice to be present in a unique way for this generation, to just be here. Because your constant, consistent presence in the good times and in the bad speaks volumes to a teenager. Your presence is a tangible way they can trust in a God they cannot see. Your presence in ways big and small reminds them that they have a God who promises to never leave them nor forsake them, who is always here. And one of the ways we want to help you be here for middle school and high school students is our scope and cycle or teaching plan for this year. In a given year, there are approximately 52 weeks of programming on the calendar, 40 weeks once you account for holidays and events. Then the most consistent students show up only about half that time, which is 20 hours. And ever since the pandemic, it's half of that for some. So if you and I are honest, we only have about 10 to 20 hours a year to spend with teenagers. What we choose to say and not say matters more than ever. Studies have shown that in order for anyone to remember things in the long term, they need repetition. Not just any kind of repetition, but repetition over longer periods of time in other activities in between. It's a method that is called spacing. Our 3-year scope and cycle gives us the ability to use spacing as we repeat what's most important for a teenager to know in middle school and in high school. Each series and every season is a laser-focused, intentional discussion where we present middle schoolers and high schoolers with critical questions of what it means to follow Jesus as it relates to things like change, being the light of the world, identity and belonging. How do I balance humility and confidence, happiness, forgiveness, integrity, how to see God, how to deal with distraction, what it means to be free. We look at the significance and backstory of Christmas this year with the kid and of Easter with the comeback kid. And as it relates to following Jesus and cultural topics like political tension, an uncertain future, pluralism and differences with others, your gifting, passion, and purpose. The scope and cycle allows your ministry to be laser-focused in content alignment while being phase appropriate regarding the differences in development between middle school and high school. And in everything, we want to set up small group leaders as they are here to love students and lead your students. Thank you for being here for the next generation. We consider it an honor to be your teammate. To download the scope and cycle, go to thinkorange.com/plan. And to contextualize this annual plan for your specific context, be sure to reach out to your Orange specialist. You can find your OS at findmyos.com.